You don't sit, you stand. You can sit. Oh, stand. You stand when you're on camera. Where? Yeah, Julie. Where? Oh. No, no, wait. Slide. Yes. 2 minutes. They're up in 2 minutes. All right. Y'all ready? Give me a countdown. You're good. Start it.
Finally, we're here. We're here for the grand finals of Scarlet Classic for League of Legends.
Sure is. Who are we, Dan?
Yeah, I'm ThatOneDan. You've probably seen me for Valorant earlier today, and I've returned. Now this time I got like a new person here.
I'm Dennis. Howdy. We are in the draft, I believe.
Starting the draft.
Yeah.
It's already been going on.
What are your thoughts on these picks so far, Dan?
So, the Carthus for pushing LP, I've listened.
Yeah, the two teams, Rutgers needs jerseys, blue side, pushing LP, red side. Really clever name.
Very, very clever. And yeah, both these teams obviously making their way in the finals. Rutgers needs jerseys. We've seen them play versus RUL9, absolutely destroying the competition, making their way into the finals, and pushing LP. What didn't really watch, but I have listened on some pre-game interviews to listen in on what they were going to think about picking. One of those picks was that Carthus that we see right here.
I mean, the Carthus pick is so strong, and it gives you a lot of flexibility in the draft, because you look at the rest of this team, it's a lot of physical damage. You got the Senna Jin, you've got the Gangplank. Now you don't have to feel as pressured into doing a lot of magic damage here. You can maybe go a little bit more early focused, see what you want to feel out for the mid lane matchup. In the counter pick to the Silas, which is always kind of a difficult pick to counter.
There's still the likelihood of this Carthus going into the jungle.
Yeah, I meant like the Carthus jungle and now the mid lane pick is. I'm guessing this is the mid lane pick, and it's Kiana.
Oh.
Yeah, so now you can have that full physical damage composition, but you still have the Carthus as a magic damage threat. With Ornn and Volibear, you have to be a little bit worried about kind of stacking armor.
We have seen the Ornn and the Volibear drafted together. It's basically their comfort picks for Rutgers jerseys.
I mean, they're good champions regardless. Yeah. Ornn is always very consistent. Ornn plus Jinx is a really nice duo because you get the hyper late game. Volibear is a pretty solid pick by itself. You get decent early damage and then some solid tanking as the game goes on. Blitzcrank is probably one of the most interesting picks to me.
It's definitely to help them kind of survive the early to mid game almost.
I mean, the thing is, I honestly think that they have a little bit better of an early game. I mean, Rithis is very weak early, Jin is pretty weak early, Gangplank is pretty bad early game. Kiana can't really do anything at least until 6.
And with Blitzcrank being present in the early game, it's going to definitely stifle the scaling on the side of pushing LP.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be a big issue for a team like this, where you have so many squishy champions, where the big skill of Blitzcrank is not necessarily to hit the correct target, but to hit any target. Because basically any target here is good. Yeah, Carthus is probably the worst one, because Carthus is okay with dying, but even then it's not a horrible hit, because it means that the magic damage is now down for the rest of the fight. Once, of course, Carthus dies.
Interesting. I've seen Rem, or at least I have seen Rem pick that Silas back when...
It's just such a good pick.
Yeah, it's just such a good pick. It's so well-rounded. And right here, look at this, 3 champions with global abilities.
Yeah, that's true as well. The triple globals is really notable. It means that basically anywhere on the map, you still have to be worried about that effective like 1.5 v1 or whatever. Where it's not like you get the teleport, it's not like you can make that mismatch, but even still, like the damage is really useful, and it can definitely amount to a lot in the side lane, especially fairly early on. But at the same time, I think this team still wants to fight together. You have a lot of like damage piled up on each other. I think that's what you really have to be relying on.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, Rutgers Jersey, they want to rely on that Jinx towards that late, towards the mid to late game. Whereas pushing LP, they're stacked.
Yeah, I mean, you have the extra damage profile. Like, I think the damage profile of Rutgers needs Jersey is a little bit clearer. You have the Jinx, all the late game damage. Silas does some solid magic damage. You get some decent layering from Ornn and Volibear. It's not a lot of damage, but it can do something in the early game.
But do you think will we see oh wait, oh yeah, oh, this should be good. Okay, do you think we'll see something? I know if people have seen the EG versus TL game earlier, like
Yeah.
apparently game 1, Danny just absolutely wiped the floor, including the Baron
Steel plus
Penta.
Did you hear about the whole story behind that? So the smite was missed because it hit exactly 29 minutes, so it gained a level, which meant it gained an extra 200 health. It survived Santorin's smite by less than 200 health.
And then the rocket just
and then the rocket killed it.
So the Baron just leveled up at 29 minutes. Is it like?
Yeah.
I just don't know how the
it levels up at every like minute break. I'm pretty sure. And then it can gain like it's usually like a negligible amount of health because like 200 health. What does that matter? But it's exactly in that right situation.
Oh,
hey, it's us on the stream. That's it's close enough, you know. You could call me.
I could get away with being Jesse.
Yeah, exactly.
Get away with being
Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get away with it, but those aren't our names anyway. Yeah. How are we feeling about this game number 1? In this best of question mark 3, question mark 5?
It'll be an interesting game, I think. Both teams have a decent amount of scaling. I think that's the big thing, is that this could be a little bit of a wait. I think it could go a little long. It could also be very quick. There's not a whole lot of combat mechanics on the side
up
of
to Sweaty Toes to get those roams off. Try to pace the game into what they want to be paced at, and then just keep that momentum going, get that tempo going, get those objectives, and then just snowball from there. But if pushing LP managed to just hold the fort, get their items, start to scale, there is a chance that we see a banger towards the 30 to 40 minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the big thing is, honestly, I think that the biggest chance at one team just kind of getting run over is pushing LP. I think that they're more likely to kind of get run over because they just don't have any, like, tanky abilities. They don't really have a whole lot of, like, early game leverage. Like, the Kiana is probably the best part of their early game setup, but even still, not fantastic. Senna Jin is not bad, but still, you're not going to win a whole ton of 2v2s. So it's more about playing around their early weaknesses in order to get to a later game point. Even like level 11, level 13 is where a lot of these champions. Yeah, 13 for Ornn, but even like Gangplank is 13, right? Is the big break point?
I think so. Yeah, that's when the barrels seem to almost come up instantaneously.
Yeah, and then of course like it's a lot of like item checkpoints for Karthus and Kiana and Jin for that matter. So
you also need to watch out for those as well. But
yeah.
Either way, we should be getting to game number 1 pretty shortly.
It'll be just it's so
eventually
close.
One day. Slight technical difficulty. But taking a glance over there, it seems like everything seems to be going smoothly.
It really does look like we're photoshopped. I know that we're not.
It looks so green screen, right?
It does. Yeah, it looks green screen. I've seen it before because I was looking at it before, and I think it's like because of the angle that it's made at, where it looks like
lighting.
As well as the lighting. We have really strong lighting. There's really strong lighting from above.
Yeah.
So the lighting definitely looks like layered. But yeah, it looks really strange to me. I don't know.
It looks like we're like casting like some sort of like Big Ten basketball game or something.
Yeah, we sure are.
Yeah,
I mean,
this isn't Scarlet Classic anymore. This is April Madness.
Yeah.
Place your brackets, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. The Collegiate League of Legends Championship started today.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's that. LCS finals.
Yeah,
already happened.
LCS finals. No, LCS finals is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
What
what
was
the
the-
losers finals was today.
Yeah.
And now the grand final is going to be tomorrow. 100 Thieves versus CG.
That's an exciting one.
That's exciting. I know a lot of people wanted TL to move on, but unfortunately,
That's the thing. I mean, I think a lot of people thought TL were going to be kind of towards the top, and I'm pretty happy with EG being there. I mean, I had kind of called it towards the beginning of it, where they make some stuff happen, and I think that they become like the best team in NA by the end of summer. I don't think they win tomorrow, but I think that they might win
There's a
Summer
chance.
Split. I think it's probably a higher likelihood.
yeah, I feel like there's a chance that we could go to a game 5.
They definitely could win tomorrow. It's definitely a possibility. At
It's
the
like
same
anyone's
time,
game at this point.
definitely it could be anyone, but I just think 100 Thieves is kind of on that other level. Right? We'll see how it turns out. Though.
Come back.
Is NA League of Legends coming back? Find out. MSI is excited today as well.
T1 looking quite strong today.
Yeah,
Nowadays.
I saw the groups for MSI.
Oh, they already came out.
Yeah,
Oh,
NAEU group. NAEU OCE. That's the whole group.
Oh, God.
So it'll be G2 and the winner of whatever. Hey, we're into action draft.
Champ select. Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, we've already seen these. So
We have already seen
Yeah,
these.
we've already seen her draft go down.
You know
so
how it is.
Just quickly swipe through all of them.
Yep. We'll see how quickly this goes. But I've sat down. I need. I've been standing up a while.
I will stand
you know?
up when things get very, very intense. Settings.
But yeah, we could look at the bands a little bit. The Nocturne, the Trundle,
That's true.
and
We
the
didn't really
Neon.
cover that too much.
versus the Nautilus, the Pike, and the Lucian. That's what that champion
And
is.
just to clarify, this is the Scarlet. For those people that are actually starting to tune in, this is the Scarlet Classic 7 League of Legends portion of the stream, and we are broadcasting the grand finals. We don't know for sure what type of series it is. We don't know if it's going to be a best of 3 or 5. I'm sure we'll get a confirmation on that later as we continue the broadcast. But for now, we're in game number 1.
We are, getting closer to game number 1.
game 1 of an undetermined amount. I guess that's the best way to.
I mean, we're not even
put it in.
into
We're
game
not even
number 1
in.
yet.
That is true. We still have a whole delay to go through.
Yeah. A lot of support pinches by Pushin LP with the Bard, the Pike, and the Nautilus kind of pushing all the way to the Blitzcrank. And then on the other side, a lot of jungle pinches with the Diana, Hector, Nocturne, and Trundle all pinched on that jungle pool. And potentially, I mean, I wouldn't call Camille a jungle, but it can be.
Yeah. But there is a Lucian band that I also kind of want to point out. I know Rem really likes the Lucian mid and has pulled it out and absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, you always got to be afraid of it. Which honestly, it's not the best time for Rutgers needs jerseys to use it, because they do probably need some magic damage there. Silas is always a pretty good pick, but you know, it's we're getting into
there.
It. All right.
Finally,
Oh,
we're
it's
finally.
us.
Look at us. It's us. It still looks like a green screen. Even
It
when
does
we're
still look
sitting
a
down.
little bit like a green screen. We're sitting
Still
down
looks
for a
like
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to get into this. I'm interested in this series. I'm interested to see how it's gonna go. I have not watched all of
We
it.
got a decent crowd forming in India stands. Right now. We got
I see him over there.
a couple
Make him
people.
look.
Most of them are out eating dinner, so we'll see probably a bigger crowd towards the later stages of the game.
Yeah. I'm also kind of hungry, so I can feel that.
You should just go grab another sub.
No. I don't want to just eat subs all day.
That is true. I
think
kind
you
of did
guys-
eat Sims all day. I kind of had one before I came here, and then I had one.
Oh, you
here.
had one before you came
Yeah,
here?
I had like a leftover Wawa sandwich that
Oh,
just kind of
that's
consumed.
that's really unfortunate.
I mean, it was enough. I didn't feel like cooking either, so.
That's fair.
Struggles of a college student right here.
Yeah, I know how it is.
Now we wait.
now in the real
daunting,
spectator
the
delay.
daunting 3-minute spectator delay.
Yeah, love to see it.
We love to see
It's
it.
always a good time.
But if you are heading back to the Jersey's Mike Arena, we managed to get the projector working. So if you arrive here, you have a nice place to view the games, view the fun that is about to go down in game number 1 of Pushin LP versus Rutgers in these jerseys. Rutgers in these jerseys on the left side, aka the blue side, and Pushin LP will be on the opposite red side. Feel like I should clarify that.
Thank you for joining us live from the Samsung Broadcasting Studio. Samsung is a proud sponsor of Rutgers Esports, and we will be right back. Thank you for joining us live from the Samsung Broadcasting Studio. Samsung is a proud sponsor of Rutgers Esports, and we will be right back.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Who makes the call? It becoming a best. That person. And welcome back.
Okay, I think we are live. Never mind. Forget what I said. Welcome to game number 1 of Rutgers East Jerseys versus Pushin LP. Rutgers East Jerseys on the blue side, red side being Pushin LP. And we are finally onto the Rift, and one day we will. I envision an ideal spectator of the screen being zoomed out and a scoreboard appearing.
That's okay.
But that's
We'll get
okay.
there.
We can work with this. We're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, right now we looks like neither of the teams wants any smoke early on. They're kind of just chilling a little bit.
Yeah, just a little five point.
Nothing too exciting. Little movement, but looks like we'll get a red side start for both these junglers. Or excuse me, blue side start for both these junglers. I know which side is which. I promise I remember.
All right, and both junglers are going to be starting in inverted places of the bot side and the top side for ASAP Jazzy. But look at this, there is someone invading. It's going to be Blade
I
Cube.
think Blade Cube just wanted to do something funny. It was pretty funny, so I'll give.
Now, what do you think is gonna go down in this early game?
Frankly, it could be anything. I think that these players, I mean, these players are very good. They obviously know how to manage the early game, but I think they also might want to get a little aggressive.
Yeah, speaking of aggressive, there's the hook in onto Greedy Greg. He's going to be taking them pretty low. He's forced to use the health pot.
Yeah, and I mean, thankfully it's the boots 4 pot start, so in general there's a little bit more sustain for this Jin than
Yeah, Sweaty Toast is
might be
level
worried
2.
about, but
He is pushing. He is hunting.
Sweaty Toast goes crazy on this. But I mean, every time you miss a hook, it's down for another 20 seconds or whatever, so it's always time to then kind of catch that farm later.
And now, it's starting a little slow. Kartha is obviously not going to be really contributing much. Did opt to go for the flashless game this time around. Does have the exhaust instead of the usual smite, but here we go, the first gank of the game. Joseph Jazzy and Rem almost were able to go for that 2v1, but unfortunately Rem didn't win the chain.
Rem just missed.
Rem is just... This is a little unfortunate. Rem, though, he wants to keep going. This is another chain, but will that cost him? And it looks like he will be going down. The first blood going over to Sakura Chimeng. I think that's what his name is.
Yes.
Kind of hard.
Yeah, that was a really big early kill by Sakura. I mean, through the flash as well. So now
ooh, nice hook from Sweaty Toes. It's the flash and the ignite from Sweaty Toes, but the flash going to keep the Senna alive for now. Just like that, we're back to normal.
Yeah, I mean, it got the flash out and burned an ignite in return.
Oh, Karthus does make an appearance down the mid lane.
Sweaty Toes is actually kind of
he is just
bold call on that hook. I don't think that was the best decision of where to go with the hook, but it was definitely bold.
We respect the aggression. We respect the ambition.
Like I think the hook was a good call. I think the direction of the hook was like a bold prediction, and I don't.
It's basically just a 50-50 at that point. So
yeah, it was definitely calling a lot.
Oh,
more
wait a minute! They want to push, but Greedy Greg, they don't know that Blitzcrank was hiding in the bush, and now Senna going to be in a lot of trouble. But the heal does come in. Sweaty Toes want to keep pushing. Deadly Flourish, try to zone him away, and that almost got very bad. Or is it? Sweaty Toes going to flash in, and here comes Rem to finish off. The Senna will be going down, and that's going to be a trade kill, technically, going over to Rutgers jerseys.
Yeah, and with two melee mid laners, both Silas and
ASAP Jazzy, he wants to kill, and he won't get it.
But yeah, with two melee mid laners, both of them like roaming quite a bit, it definitely was going to be a large part of the early portion of this game. You would just expect that Sakura getting the 1v1 advantage to be able to then pick up that advantage, and that just didn't happen. So good job by Rem there to really make the most out of having even a disadvantage early on.
And some items did manage to get picked up. There is the from courtesy of the solo kill that Sakura got, will manage to get himself a serrated dirk and a longsword. So great early spike compared to Rem, who only has corrupting pots and dark seal. He's got an assortment of items.
Yeah, kind of just got the weird mismatch.
Oh, here we go. Sweaty Toast coming in. Sakura, will he get hooked? The answer will be no.
Smart dodging.
And ASAP Jazzy will just, just say hi, give Rem a high five, and just hide back into the jungle.
Yeah, I mean it was a solid attempt. I mean, if any of those abilities hit, then they do really have the kill.
At the moment, they do have mana advantage. Go for Dragon. They have vision control down on the bot side. We'll see if ASAP Jazzy will go for that Dragon. For now, wants to push the aggression more towards the bot lane. Not to force.
I mean, now that Jazzy is shown so clearly in the bottom lane, it gives
yeah,
Lumi
there we
more
go.
opportunity to kind of steal a
They
lot
will-
of camps in the
yeah.
top side.
Rutgers East Jersey's bot lane did push the waves, and now it's basically a green go button for the Dragon. And yeah, there's just no way for pushing LP to contest this. They have a bot lane wave to deal with, and just like that, first Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a solid rotation there. Pushin LP has a pretty clear gold lead right now, but I think because of that,
Oh,
they're
wait a
really
minute. Oh, they don't respect that the Dragon was just taken. Now they're going to just a play down the bot side, and then that's going to scare Greedy Dragon. Is it Willy Jump? I think that's how you say it.
I mean, missing the Blitzcrank
Gold
cook
jug.
was huge there. It definitely looked like an opportunity to pick up a kill, and we just couldn't land it on either of them. Which, with two targets there, it's definitely hard for both to dodge, but they both kind of dodged in the same direction, kind of step back. So, definitely smart movement there.
Yep, and ultimate timers are coming up. Some players do have their ultimates. The hijack already gone in onto the Silas, but there's the Kiana ultimate. But they both stun each other. The Requiem is going to come down, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 overall. Sweaty Toast will be able to get the shutdown onto Sakura to avenge Rem's death.
Still, definitely a heavy advantage to Sakura there, getting the kill for the mid laner rather than leaving Sweaty Toast to get the kill, who definitely going a little bit more, and might be building a little bit of damage, but looks like he's going like normal tank blitz. Not really needs a whole lot of gold. You kind of want Silas to get a little bit more ahead. Silas can definitely really run over games. You want to get that ever cross.
If you notice, Sweaty Toast actually bought a tier.
I think it's for the tier right?
It's definitely for the Avengers approach. But it's kind of interesting seeing it this early into the game, but if you're going to get it, might as well get it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Things are slowing down a little bit. Herald is up for contention. ASAP Jazzy wants to get that as soon as possible. Goodbay going to zone off Blade Cube. Does manage to get the knock up, and the actually going to get committed. Rem is actually coming up. The Ornhorn still connects. The chains will also, and Rem with a beautiful chain CC take down Blade Cube.
Yeah, and again, another great job by Rem on the roam there, and Sakura a little bit behind on it. Definitely Sakura's had the 1v1 dominance, but just hasn't been able to find a map that Rem has been able to in this one.
And they do end up getting the Herald. ASAP Jazzy will one day use it on a lane that will be pushing, I would presume, or they could save it for the next Dragon.
Potentially. I mean, we'll see when it comes around or what the Dragon looks like.
Wait a minute. There's a hook onto Greedy Greg. He does have the flash. He will use it, but that's a lot of summoners to use. And the curtain call tried to zone him off even farther. He's going to go for shots, but we'll see if Sweaty Toast will go down. No, he will not. But here comes Sakura. So many ultimates being used. Both the bot lane of Rutgers Jersey will use the flash, and they both still go down to Lumi Biz Rhino.
Yeah, and we saw some of the power of those ultimates there, those globals. Even Jin can really affect the fight from very far away. The only one who's not like the only one who doesn't have a really way to do that is Kiana, and even then the ultimate gets you. Even there, like Sweaty Toast looked like he was out of there, and then just kind of got caught on the backside of that by the Kiana ultimate. So very close fight there.
First, okay. That's a decent amount of chunking that Sakura is doing onto Rem. Who is not in the best spot, is down about 20 CS. But he does have Sweaty Toast and ASAP Jazzy. Does Sakura... Is he aware?
Mid lane.
Oh, wait, no, I don't think he's aware, but he still has enough damage to burst down Rem, and here comes the rest of Rem's team as they will manage to get the kill. Dude Bay is here, will get the shutdown, and just like that, it's going to be a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Insane play by Sakura. He knew he had the damage to kill off Rem and almost get out with the flash, but unfortunately doesn't quite do so, but a 1-for-1 is still...
Yeah, I mean, really perfect damage there. It felt like that kind of aggression should be in service of just getting killed immediately. So just getting away from that was impressive. Getting, one kill out of it was really big. now almost 2K gold lead built up by Pushin LP. It's not anything
Not anything big,
massive.
yeah.
Some of it will definitely come from that 20 CS difference plus the gangplank, being gangplank of the top lane. But in general, there's a lot of like CS advantages.
But this
Kiana
is starting to become a little bit of a problem. Already 4-2, has finished up Dustblade. Blade Cube also finished up the Triforce already. The Ornn has his own mythic, which is the Sunfire, as well as the Everfrost finished up by Rem. And basically, those are the only mythics in the game at the moment. And
we got Mount
soon enough, yep. And second Dragon.
That's good for Kiana, right? The Mountain Rift.
Yeah,
you got more walls.
Yeah, more walls, more ways to surprise your opponent. And speaking of surprise, Rem does get surprised a little bit. But there's the stolen Kiana ultimate, but Rem, he seems to be winning. He's going to take him out. Yes, he will. The Ignite is enough to take him out. The hook will connect onto the Senna, and he will go down. Sweaty Toes will take that kill. And it's 1-for-1.
Yeah, now Rutgers needs Jersey.
No, never mind. It's not a 1-for-1. It's a 2-for-1. And it might come into more as the gameplay ultimate is going to come down. The Requiem as well. That's going to be another trade. Another 1-for-1 with the Requiem. Yubil will go down. And that's going to be another kill going over to the bank of Karthus.
Even still, that's going to be an explosion of gold from Rutgers needs jerseys. It's a kill to Lumi, which definitely significant. Definitely don't want to let that Karthus get too out of hand. But at the same time, getting a kill onto the Kiana, huge. Getting the first tower in the bottom lane is huge. And just in general, it feels a lot better right now for Rutgers needs jerseys than it did just 30 seconds ago.
And just to rephrase, I believe Rutgers needs jerseys has both the dragons that were taken. Just to clarify, the overlay is a little unhelpful at that.
I think this is a
yeah. I mean, what can you do?
But
we're not perfect. We'll be just fine.
But either way, yeah, this is a bit of an interesting one shaping up here. I feel like this one could really burst either way at any moment. It'll just depend on that kind of big fight. I think we're pretty close to that big fight.
Yeah, we're getting there. The orange are going to be used onto Blade Cube, but Blade Cube is just going to run away. Dudebei running away with a sliver of HP. Doesn't have the mana to do so to continue fighting.
Yeah, and this is kind of the part where Blade Cube is starting to take over this lane a little bit more. Dudebei is definitely going to be fine going later into the game, especially in those team fights, is going to provide a lot of value, but Blade Cube right now is getting... I'd actually take this tower.
I don't think he will.
Close.
Yeah, it's going to be close, but he does manage to get the teleport off. The knockup should come in, but the Luminous Rhino, he's here to ensure that this turret will go down.
And there we go.
There we go. There's a tower. And it seems like, yeah, there's a tower on both sides now, and Kiana will get caught out. But nice movement with the E into the ultimate. Will get him out to safety. Yubil is not in the best spot right now. He's going to get caught up by the Deadly Flourish. One more auto will do, and Will Jug will be taking the kill.
Yeah, not really sure how Yubil got caught out there, but definitely had to be a little bit safer with 3 members down in the bottom lane to take just one Kiana. Now with that, there's about 2 minutes till the next dragon, so nothing too relevant from
Herald is on the table.
Kind of helped the gold difference a little bit more. And Lil Jug as a support actually does want damage items, especially those expensive ADC items that are really hard for a support to be able to build up. So it's something that we'll have to keep our eyes on in terms of the gold difference.
2-0 on this Karthus already. Has the re-entries finished up. So if the damage isn't enough, hopefully the burn will kill.
Yeah, I mean, the Leandries is always a really solid team fight item for Karthus, or just item in general, as it will always be able to really chunk out enemies. The damage he can already do in an AoE, hitting everyone on the other team. Some of the Rift Herald take.
Yeah,
definitely a lot of dominance by Rutgers needs jerseys in the objective game.
He wants to push the objective. Good kill force to get himself out of danger. Dragon now the next in line for Rutgers East jerseys. We'll see if Pushin LP are able to contest and maybe try to deny that sole point coming in.
Yeah, we'll see how they really match up on.
Here we go. It's all going to come down to vision here, as Sakura will manage to clear out some of it. And Pushin LP, they're going to take over the jungle first in terms of vision. And now it's all for Sweaty Toast to come in. Hook almost connecting. There is no vision in it. They don't know that there's someone in there. I don't think they know. As ASAP Jazzy, he's going to get caught out. He's going to get stunned up. He does have the ultimate to go back in. Such a ballsy move coming out of ASAP Jazzy. He's doing so much damage as they will be able to get the kill. Now it's going to be trades coming back and forth. The Requiem going to do a little bit of damage. Nice knockup coming out to Dude Bay. The Kiana ultimate will keep the rest of Rutgers jerseys at bay. And as the smoke clears, it's got 3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 for 3. Both solo laners survive for both teams. A weird fight there. I'm not even sure really how Yukol died. Kind of just in the middle of all of that.
There were a lot of particles. I will admit.
Yeah, just a lot of people in weird places. But regardless, definitely a kind of go again fight. Like the dragon's still there. Most of these teams are beeline it. Dude Bay is gonna be in an awkward spot with OTP
without
very low on health. Doesn't have ultimate either right now, so still has to recall. But yeah, I mean now we're right back at it, 4v5 with Dude Bay on his way back. But now Sakura is kind of on the same path, so basically in the same position as last time.
Yeah, and here we go. Round two of Rutgers jerseys versus Pushin LP, and it seems like Rutgers jerseys are going to get that dragon unless the Cartus has something to say, but he's going to get shut down. Is there enough damage? He actually gets the damage in, and he will steal away the dragon, and just like that, the rest of Rutgers jerseys are actually evaporating. The Call to Fortune God going to try to do something, but it might not be enough. Good hook onto the Senna. We'll be able to get a trade kill in the end. But Jinx, he's excited. He wants to go for more. Deadly Flourish going to keep him at bay. Dude Bay, in the meantime, going to try to zone as many people as possible, but he's dangerously low. But Sakura comes in with the Gust Blade. He's going to just go invis and will wipe down 2. And Sweaty Toast is the one remaining, as I have to settle down as there is a pause.
Yeah, and there's the pause, but a great fight there for Pushin LP. And on one hand, you do kind of see some of the weaknesses of this team composition, where you don't have anyone really bulky to stand in front as you're cleaning up the rest of the fight. In general, the fight cleanup is a little bit weak. But at the same time, you see the strength of it in the sense that there's just so much damage coming from every which way. One of the big things in that fight was the Dragon Steel. It'll definitely impact as we get further into the game.
It's nice that the Mountain Soul, and it's gonna...
Yeah, it denies Soul Point at the very least.
It technically buys another 5 minutes of Dragon.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes it so that Pushin LP doesn't feel obligated to pursue every single dragon if they have a better option in front of them. But at the same time, it did feel like it should have been secured by someone else. That was secured, I think, by the Curtis Q.
I think it was the Curtis Q, yeah, the damage.
Feels like it shouldn't have secured a dragon like that. Like, there's not really a way to keep that out of the pit if it gets into the pit, but at the same time, how do you let Karthus get into the pit like that? No flash Karthus.
There were so many options for Rutgers jerseys to stop Moonbeam's Rhino from going into the dragon pit. There was the Everfrost, there was the Blitzcrank to try to hook him away, but I think the hook actually missed. So,
anyways, we are back. 3,000 gold lead here for Pushin LP as we crest the 20-minute mark. Baron on the table.
Ooh, Dude Bay with the barrel denials. Well aware of his matchup. Ooh, it goes for another one as the turret does
Rutgers
go down.
Jersey's been doing a very good job.
Oh my gosh, ASAP Jazzy, he doesn't want any breaks in between these fights. He just wants to go in. Will finish just one shot Will Jug. Here comes the Kiana ultimate, the supreme display of talent. ASAP Jazzy going to be taken down to a silver HP. There's no way for ASAP Jazzy to survive that. Not even Locket will help him live there. As Cube, he's joined the fight. He's coming in, but Dudebay with the Call to Forge God, he's going to do enough damage to take down Cube. Here's the stolen Supreme Display of Talent as Yuval going to be taken down extremely well, but the auto will crit and he will be able to take down Sakura.
A lot of resources used by by Pushin LP at the start of that fight. They used the Karthus ultimate, they used the Kiana ultimate, they used the Senna ultimate, all to try to lock down ASAP Jazzy. So even though ASAP Jazzy was gone, now when Dubé comes in, they have all the resources. They can go back in. Rem can use the Kiana ultimate. They have the Ornn ultimate. They have everything that they need to lock up a couple more kills. And they come out of that heavily ahead.
And remember how you mentioned the gold lead without being insignificant? It's the same. It's near identical to when we checked it about like 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it has not moved a whole lot this entire game. When you go back to after like that first kill that Sakura picked up, there was about 1,000 gold lead, and we have not strayed more than like 2,000 from that this entire game in either direction.
Now Baron has to be the main focus for both these teams.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if either of these teams really decides to prioritize it.
Jerseys, they're pushing it. They're pushing into the jungle. They want to find something. The hook almost connects.
That might have been what they wanted.
That would have been catastrophic.
It sure would have been.
No, things are not looking too good on the side of Pushin LP. They are somewhat even in gold, but the presence they have on the map is slowly going away. They're trying to regain some of that presence, but here we go. Cube going to get caught out here. The cannon crouch going to be used very early. The rocket as well. Here comes, but the flash going to be denied with the hook. The Requiem should be able to trade the kill on the Sweaty Toast, and he will go down.
I mean, 1-for-1, pretty good trade if you're Blade Cube and Lumi, but still, you don't like getting caught out like that side of the map. And we are very close to our next dragon fight, only 45 seconds off. And I mean, we check back in with the Karthus again, 7-2-2.
Has the void staff.
Yeah, the void staff.
He's got the void staff. He's also got the stop. He's also got the stopwatch. Try to bait out something.
I mean, Hourglass is just a really good item for Karthus because you can stall out holding your E up. You can stall out, I believe, charging your ult, which is also really crazy.
We'll see what happens from here. The Dragon going to be taken over by Pushin LP for the time being, as there are rewards in favor of them, as the rest of Rutgers New Jersey's are trying to pile in, try to deny some of that vision. But the Dragon is going to get started up by Pushin LP. All eyes on Duque as he goes for the engage. We'll see if he will. He gets a knock up onto Lumi's Rhino, but the Dragon will get stolen over by ASAP Jazzy, and now it's just a full-on slugfest as ASAP Jazzy will die for the sake of the Dragon. And keep in mind, this is sole point for Rutgers East Jerseys, and it's a 1-for-1, both junglers going down.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge win for Rutgers needs jerseys. You pull back a tiny bit more gold, you get the Dragon, you trade 1-for-1, you get the shutdown on Lumi. There's not a lot you can say bad about that fight, how it went there. And now they are on that time for 4.5 minutes now from the potential soul point. A Mountain Soul will be extremely helpful against a team like this with so much burst damage. It's really something that now both of these teams really have to think about as we move forward in this game. We'll have to see if... I think the team that has to push it right now is Pushin LP. Not to make a pun on their name, but I think they're the ones that really...
Sakura going to get caught out here. The Supreme Display of Talent is going to be enough to keep himself alive. For now, the answer will be yes, but he's getting taken down dangerously low. He still will go down. Rem will be able to secure that, but there's the trade kills potentially as an Ornn knockup will zone out the rest of Pushin LP. Willjug tries to go for an aggressive play, but doesn't quite go successfully, as ASAP Jazzy will get taken down by the Requiem Leandries, and Greedy Greg actually had to flash to get himself to safety.
Yeah, it ends up being a 2 for 3. Definitely an interesting one. Blade Cube is having a good time down there in the bottom lane.
Oh, the hook. Gonna buy some time.
Not really
As
gonna
long
do
as
it.
Blade Cube doesn't auto
Yeah,
double
as
change the
long as
tower
he
with
doesn't
back
get sweaty, there's not really anything you can do. But yeah, kind of an interesting fight there. Felt a little bit just like a time waster. Definitely built up a little more gold overall for Pushin LP, but mostly that was out of the tower in the bottom lane than anything else. Because Blade Cube just had a lot of time alone. I might have been that fight might have been a 4v5 the entire time.
Sakura, he realizes something is up. Will secure the red buff. Thank you for the leash, he says, as he will try to burst down Warren. Dudebei, though, he's ticking down. Will give the kill over to Greed Greg.
First kill of the game for Greed Greg. It was 0, 12, and 14 before that.
He's holding pretty well. It has 2 items.
Yeah.
And is slowly but surely getting to that point where he's going to scale as we see another pause.
Yeah, no one in this game especially far behind right now. Everyone is just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
It does feel like we're waiting for like a big blow-up fight, but we're very close to that. It's either
Very
going
close.
to be a Baron fight or a Mountain Soul
Baron
fight. Yeah.
is on the line for both these teams, and honestly, either team can get it. And it's all going to come down to vision. It's all going to come down to the awareness that both these teams have in terms of
Looking
where
at the
each
clock now, I
member
believe
is.
that's 22 on the Mountain Soul.
Yep. 2 minutes on that Mountain Soul. Will we see a dragon before then, or will we just see a blow-up fight in the dragon and then translate to a Baron?
I think they'll probably wait until the Mountain Drake to do anything too catastrophic. If just because I don't think they're gonna fight before DJ comes back up. Rutgers means jerseys won't. And I don't think that what's it called? Pushin LP has the resources to really go for Baron. I don't think that they really can do that right now. And so I think that they're gonna just have to wait a little bit before they can do Baron in the same way.
I don't know what's happening. The timer hit 0, but the game isn't unpausing. But either way, yeah.
Sure, it'll come back
Yeah,
eventually.
it'll come back eventually. Someday, you know. It's all patience. Ah, here we go. Look at that. We're back into the game as Sweaty Toes going to hunt for a hook, and he does manage to connect with the Carcass. That's a go button for these jerseys. They will take down the jungler. Baron now going to be on the table as Rem, Duck using the Dawning Shadow, will be taken out. And now another hook going on to Blade Cube, but this time it's not going to turn very well as ASAP Jazzy will get taken down. Both junglers now out for the count. Another question. Now it's just a stalemate. What's the call for Pushin LP this time?
I think the call is Baron. They took down the jungler. Their jungler is down in turn, but I think they want to go for Baron and go a little bit aggressive. There's not a whole lot of damage on the other side. Just the Jinx is left up. Will we see a replay of earlier?
We see an EG Danny moment. It looks like the answer might be possible as Yuval will get excited. Will manage to find one. Might even find a second. I think I've seen this movie before. The Requiem coming in, but that's going to do so much damage on Yuval. Yuval will just get popped. And Dudebei, he wants to find the kill onto Jug, but doesn't quite land the knockup, and that's going to be enough for Dudebei to just run away as Sakura, he's coming in. The display of talent doesn't actually connect. Dudebei trying to keep Sweaty Toast alive for the time being, and will do so successfully.
Yeah, and I think the big thing there, regardless of any of the kills, is that Dragon is under a minute now. Both teams, I think, are going to have to back off of any plans for Baron and then walk towards that Dragon. Dudebei has the smite now. I think got to get moving towards the bottom lane here. As, I mean, that's an easy win condition.
Oh, no, he's just going to smite the ground. He does, in fact, use it to smite the ground.
Got some of both teams heading over there. Some shouting over there.
Yeah, some shouting in the crowd.
No, I think that was from one of the players.
He's over there, yeah. Either or.
Ooh,
Here we go.
17 seconds.
Lumia's
Gotta get moving.
Lumia's Rhino's kind of in an awkward spot, or is it the other members of Pushin LP actually? It's Jug will get taken out. ASAP Jazzy trying to go in a little farther. Good movement to dodge away from the deadly flourish. And that's going to be a nice little pick onto the Senna.
1-for-0. Already have the numbers advantage going into this fight. They did lose the Volibear ultimate, but that was the only thing they lost out of it, which is pretty huge.
Yeah,
and they burned the Gangplank.
most of the ultimates are still available on the side of Rutgers' jerseys. We'll see if they'll be able to push the objective. As the Stolen Requiem will go down, going to do a bit of chip damage onto all the members of Pushin LP. If you look at the map,
There it is.
Requiem available for Lumbia's Rhino. In the meantime, though, Rutgers' jerseys, they will secure the Mountain Soul.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, the Mountain Soul's huge in this
Wait
game.
a minute, I think we might have to pause a little bit right here as Blade Cube is going to get knocked up, but the rest of Pushin LP will also, and they all just come tumbling down unless Sakura can try to do something. He will find a couple members, but the Requiem will be able to trade some of that back, and it's going to be a close fight, and it's going to be 2 members on Rutgers' jerseys alive, 1 only remaining for Low Jug in the form of Low Jug.
Yeah, Lil Jug just kind of came back up. It's going to have to sweep out the Baron to make sure that there's nothing happening there. I don't think they could realistically 2-man it, but still, it's going to be looking much better for... What?
I don't know, these fights are just so close. It's
pretty close here, but it's looking a lot better for Rutgers' jerseys now. Here at this 30-minute mark, now that they have the Mountain Soul, that is a significant amount of extra health, just flat, and then you also get that regenerating shield. If there's a stray Karthus ult, that doesn't do as much in the long term. If there's a stray Gangplank ultimate,
we should probably take a look at the items that this Jinx has. Actually opted for the Randuins.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I guess there is a lot of physical damage.
There's a lot of physical damage pressure. That is fair. There is. Karthus is literally the only person.
It's an interesting decision for sure. But I honestly don't hate it. Jinx has enough damage to kind of make a purely defensive choice somewhat worth it, honestly. I mean, it's not the old days where a choice like Randuin's would be like...
Wait a minute, Sakura. He might just get caught here. Nice hook. But do they have enough damage to shut him down? Yes, they will. And Sakura going to be taken down for 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's a turn to Baron right there. Still, Lumia's up. This could still be dangerous.
Definitely still could be. Oh, wait a minute. Good flash to try to get away. But they're all bunched together into the Orin ultimate. The wombo combo that we've seen yesterday comes back to haunt Pushin LP. As the Requiem will be able to trade the kill onto Smutty Toes, but is that even enough to keep themselves alive? The answer is no. Blade Cube suicides with the teleport, and the 5 members of Pushin LP are gone.
Yeah, and that's 4 members alive for Rutgers Needs jerseys, keeping the Baron. That's going to be really huge. That could be the thing that really breaks open this game right now. They'll be able to take the lead.
Up until this moment, the gold lead was pretty much dead even, separating them with only 1,000 gold. And now look at this, Baron power play coming in, 3,000 gold now.
Yeah, it's already big, and I think that'll keep growing. We're still very early in on this Baron play. Haven't really gotten recalls yet from most of the team. There's the Hexbreaker coming out from Yubel, so going heavily into that defense, but apparently it worked in that last fight, so...
It is working. I will admit, it is working. Just to keep yourself alive from the Kiana burst is probably just enough for Pushin LP to not have enough damage, but they do have some damage in the form of Gloomy Biz Rhino. Already 15 and 7. Pretty much almost full build.
7, but still, I mean, even at full build, even doing very well, couldn't find a whole lot.
Yeah, he did get shut down pretty early into the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. But even then, the Requiem was there. There was plenty of room to do some damage as a dead Karthus, and just couldn't really find it, so...
Here we go. Sakura, though, he was trying to find a pick in the bush, but he might just go down himself. He's going to shove him away, but out of nowhere, Sweaty Toast is just here, coming from their own base.
they really have to go back.
Everybody's in the bot lane. Recalls are coming in to the side of Pushin LP. Inhib will go down. They're setting their eyes on the Nexus Towers. And here we go. Stormbringer going to nullify the towers and the Requiem. I don't think this Requiem is going to do enough damage to shut anyone down. Yubel needs to run away from the circle that Karthus is putting out. But it's just not enough. Too much damage, too much tanking is coming in from the side of Rutgers' jerseys. And just like that, the Nexus will be exposed. Greedy Greg needs to go for 1 versus 5 and will not be able to do it. Game 1 will go over to Rutgers' jerseys.
Yeah, and what a great job. Kind of managing their win conditions. They took a couple of early dragons because of a lot of early priority they had. They transferred that into a lot of pressure for Mountain Soul. They transferred that Mountain Soul into a good team fight victory around Baron. They transferred that Baron into a victory. And that was just very procedural in the important
like textbook
of the
plays.
game.
Just textbook fundamentals.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
displayed
And
all of that.
I think that's definitely a great skill of Rutgers League jerseys is that they definitely have a solid understanding of what points in a League of Legends game
should we be doing?
Well, especially what's important at each stage,
Yeah.
and I think that's one of the big skills that they have.
And with that, it was game number 1. It was pretty even, I must
It was
say.
even for a while, but Rutgers League jerseys really found they knew what their win condition was. I think that's the big thing.
That is the big thing.
They knew how to build up to that point.
They basically just waited for the Jinx to start scaling, get all those items in. Also, some interesting itemizations coming out from the Jinx, but it did work out in the end. The Randuin wasn't enough.
A couple times, Yubel was fairly close to dying and just had that extra health, and I think that's
and armor. Don't forget the armor.
Yeah, the extra armor, the extra MR from the X-Drinker, like, it's notable. I mean, it definitely works, so I can't really argue with it.
And soon enough, we're not entirely too sure when we're going to get into game number 2, though. But,
I'm not sure either. I'm going to call an audible here and say that we're going to go for a quick break. On the other side, more from the League of Legends Finals here at Scarlet Classic 7. Don't go anywhere.
Soon enough.
I'm gonna keep setting this.
What's it? I've been told to do a silly dance on the caster cam. One day. I don't know if
they can hear you, Dan.
I'm aware.
Do a silly dance. You gotta do the dance.
Thank you for joining us live from the Samsung Broadcasting Studio. Samsung is a proud sponsor of Rutgers Esports, and we will be right back.
Kite and Key Rutgers Tech Store is your resource for everything technology. As Rutgers University's tech store and an Apple-authorized campus store, Kite and Key offers educational discount pricing on the latest computers, tablets, and accessories from top brands. University-owned and operated, we are staffed with Rutgers students and Apple and Dell ambassadors who can help you select the technology that best fits your needs. If you don't see what you were looking for in-store or online, we are happy to help create a custom order for you. We offer a variety of options and trade-in services to help finance your technology purchase. And don't forget to protect your new technology purchase. Kite and Key offers protection plans so that you can have the peace of mind knowing your technology is protected and covered by one of our insurance plans. If your technology needs maintenance or repairs, our Tech Check Rutgers computer repair technicians are Apple and PC certified to take care of any mishaps. We repair computers and tablets in and out of warranty, and even facilitate same-day phone screen repairs. Give us a call, stop in store, shop online. We are here to support you with exceptional technology and extraordinary service. Be the first to know about our discounts and back-to-school sale by signing up for our newsletter at kiteandkey.rutgers.edu.
we're now into game number 2. And like as before, we're showing up in the middle of the draft once again.
That's fine. That's how it is. Introduce us, Dan.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Who are we?
Well, once again,
join.
I am ThatOneDan. Beside me is
I'm Dennis.
Dennis. Yes, yes. We're gonna remind you guys every game that's
we have to.
We have to. Yeah. Got to keep it as professional as possible.
Exactly. That's
And
what we're
here
doing.
we are in game number 2. It
So
seems
some
like
bands
things have changed.
Yeah, we got the Jinx band, we got the Orange band, Pushin LP now on the blue side, down a game in this best of 5.
Yeah, we have
Rutgers needs
confirmed
jerseys.
that it is a best of 5. So either we are out of here in the next hour or 2, or we're gonna be here for a while.
It's fine.
We'll see.
This will band away the Gangplank in the second phase. So, ooh, and that Silas might be
today.
I think that'd be a good band to get Silas off the board regardless, but so far some picks. Volibear, ooh, Fled. Not exactly what I would have gone for, but still a decent enough band. Volibear, Leona, Jin versus Trundle, Zaya, Pike. Some nice engage from the supports. Decent junglers with the OK Bolt. Big ADC damage. We have been informed that it is a best 3, not a best
never
5.
mind.
So it's a potential
Forget what I said. This is match point for Rutgers New Jerseys.
Match point for Rutgers New Jersey. Pushing LP, trying to push it to 3. Ari the pick there. Ari's been buffed. I like Ari now. Ari's like good. It's really fun.
I know my roommate out there. He's an Ari one trick. He's probably very happy to see an Ari in the game.
Yeah, and I definitely think that solid pick. They let up the Silas again. Yeah, I don't know why they would let up the Silas there. I don't think the Kled is that. Well, never mind. They picked the Pushin LP picked the Silas themselves. Wait, paying attention. They picked the Silas themselves, so that's
and just for people that didn't play the catch, it is Pushing LP on the blue side this time around. They did agree to switch spots, and Rutgers New Jersey is going to be thrown onto the other side of the map.
Is that a Jarvan top or a Volibear top?
That is a good question.
Could be that
probably
CAP Volibear top.
It definitely will be the Volibear top with the Jarvan being locked in.
I mean, Jarvan can go top lane.
Yeah, that is possible.
We've seen the AD Jarvan. Definitely a lot of damage that you got there.
We'll see, though. Oh, whoa!
The Heimerdinger.
That's okay.
Pick, I guess.
Okay,
could be an
a little spicy here.
Yeah, it's getting a little spicy in this game number 2. Rutgers Needs Jerseys wants to play around a little bit. I appreciate that. So definitely interesting compositions there. On the side of Pushing LP, a lot of engage. You got the Jarvan,
we got the
Leona,
Volibear.
you got the Volibear. There's so many champions that can do so much damage, or so much.
Silent can go for an engage.
CC.
He doesn't really have much.
Not in the same way, and definitely he doesn't get a whole lot out of the other team.
Like literally, the best thing he has for engage is either maybe the Featherstorm, maybe
I think it's the
Ari
Ari
Dash. Yeah, the Ari ultimate is the big one. But who knows? Maybe we'll see a Rem get a pentakill with Pike's hijack.
It's possible. It's very possible. And I mean, we are in an interesting spot in this series. Game number 2 of this emergency best of 3.
Emergency best of 3. That's the best way to say it.
And I mean, I definitely think that Rutgers Needs Jerseys had some control in the first game, but at the same time, Pushing LP, you give up less control around the Dragons, and I think they could win that game.
Yeah, they managed to get early vision, but with the lack of engage they just had, it was just very hard to keep themselves in the river. They were always zoned out.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the big thing was the Mountain Soul fight and the Baron fight, and then the fight after Baron. Those were really the things that decided the game in its entirety. Yeah. So if Pushing LP can kind of manage some of that a little bit better, then they'll be in a lot better of a situation.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's just too much zoning, too much engaged threats happening on different angles at that point.
So with the pick order, it looks like it will be Volibear top Heimerdinger.
Dubé on the Heimerdinger.
Yeah,
I don't think I've never seen him on this Heimerdinger.
I haven't either. We'll see how that
It's
goes.
gonna be very exciting.
Volibear top, not a bad pick. Seen it before. There are a couple of ways you can go with it. Heimerdinger top,
We
Volibear
don't
top is
really
definitely a way to
see
make
that
that bear
very
on
often. It's like something that Heisendog would like pull out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a horrible pick. It's not great. I'm kind of worried about what it's going to do. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, nowadays, I think the best use for Heimerdinger is ADC. I think you don't really get a whole lot of value out of it, except for that, because you get a lot more value out of your rockets. Because a rocket, at least one rocket hitting both opponents is more valuable than all of your rockets hitting one opponent. That's how the math works out, I believe, last time I checked. And then you also just get a ton of value out of it, regardless, out of what you can do out of the resets with your turrets. But top lane, I mean, I could see how it would work. It definitely is still a bully pick.
I remember.
It'll just be a difference of, will Jarvan Volibear be able to, like, tear apart a Heimerdinger?
The first part is getting onto Heimerdinger. That's
yeah, I mean, that's the
hardest
first part, but at the same time, you got Volibear Jarvan. You jump on that guy. At level 6, Heimerdinger does not have a whole lot of ways to get out of that. Or really get away from it.
I'm aware that there's... I didn't realize this, but I remember there was like... I saw like a video on like Heimerdinger, and he is much more like... He has a lot of depth in terms of champion mastery, I guess. Because there's so many...
Heimerdinger, really interesting champion, actually. It's very easy, and there's a lot of, like... There are a lot of simple aspects to Heimerdinger, and it makes it very easy for a lot of new players. But also, there is a lot of complexity.
In terms of, like, the turrets. That's probably the big thing, in terms of, like, charging up when the laser goes off.
Yeah, the way that the laser goes off in relation to the E and the W usage. So we'll have to see if Dude really has that experience on the champion.
See, though.
To really find the mastery.
It could be that really secret pocket pick. It could also be, you know, a meme.
Yeah, it might be a meme. We might be seeing a game 3 because of it, but
it's for the content. It's for the people.
It's for the content. That's exactly it.
We will.
Either way, we will soon be look at each of these teams a little bit more, because I don't think we've talked much about anything other than the top lane matchup. Red side or blue side. I know which side is which. Pushin LP.
Pushin LP's on the blue.
Yeah, they've got some good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, hello, welcome back. Here, game number 2, best of 3, not a best of 5, best of 3, best of 3. I'm gonna say it one more time. This is a best of 3.
Rutgers needs jerseys on the red side, leading 1-0. Match series point.
All eyes are on the red side. The red side is Rutgers New Jerseys. They are the ones that if they win this game, they will win Scarlet Classic 7.
And I'm going to say right here, I think they're going to have to win this one a little bit earlier on. Dudebay taking the Ignite on the Heimerdinger. I think you've got to win early on. Blade Cube, I believe, is going for that AP Volley Bear top that I was talking about with press the attack.
Yeah. Press the attack, get that
the Ignite
going.
It's an interesting build. I've seen it a little bit. The main value of it is that there are a couple of good AP scalings on Volleybear. Volleybear has a lot of natural tankiness, regardless of item build. And then the big thing is that once you build up your lightning stacks, those do magic damage based on AP. So your damage is actually pretty good.
Oh my gosh, it's the new split.
Oh, it's Beamerdinger.
Heimer Stinger. Ooh,
no,
it
does early flash flurry. That makes things a lot harder for Dudebay.
Yep, flash already been used due to Lumibiz Rhino going in for the gank with the flag and drag at level 3.
That's level 2. That was straight
level 2.
from the first camp.
My God.
Went red to gank top, which is bold and actually kind of worked there. I mean, it didn't get the kill, but it burned the flash early. Yeah, and I don't think it really lost anything, because up against ASAP Jazzy farming on the Trundle, not really going to be able to invade all that well.
All right, Greedy Greg once again back on the Jin, but actually opts for the Arcane Comet this time around, but the hook actually doesn't. The hook does connect, but the stun follow-up doesn't. And honestly, Blade Cube going for the AP build on the Volleybear is actually kind of smart to try to just kill off the Heimerdinger turrets, and as I was talking, Jug actually used his flash.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Oh my God!
What a play!
With the flash play aggression. And meanwhile, there's going to be a fight in the bot lane. The Leona going to go down with no flash. And just like that, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade.
What a play in the top lane. Absolutely masterful to get that early kill.
And there was...
I don't know how you could make a play like
there's a threat coming down from the bot lane. Greedy Greg trying to get the kill on this one, but he has to dash, and now he's left out to dry.
Yeah, and I see the idea of trying to lock down Sweaty Toast and making that the return kill, but at the same time, there's something to be said for just staying on the tower.
It was a desperation play. You could see it right there.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a desperation play. My issue was not with the fact that it was a desperation play, but with the fact that if you stayed under tower, tried to let a few more tower shots go down, then you might have been in a bit better of a spot. You also wouldn't have been fighting into the minion wave in the same way. But now that's going to be a little bit of CS lead built up by Ubel.
Yep, 6 CS already.
And Rutgers needs jerseys with a small gold lead overall. Not anything massive, but definitely something. Who's shouting behind us?
It's a raffle going on behind us.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope they're having a good time.
I hope people who've been enjoying their thing, and I was hoping the Heimer would get a first blood somehow. That would have said like something in the lines of Razor Daughters, but unfortunately, I have to.
Dubé is not the best spot right now.
I have to throw that bit out the window because he is not doing so well. Already 16, now 17 crews behind to Blade Cube, who is.
Blade Cube's not that far off.
All the way to
Dubé
back. I think they just want to shut Dubé down. He has no flash. He has no way to escape from this. Blade Cube going to get himself another kill, but Jug actually going to go in. But the Pike stun is going to be enough to take him out. Is it? It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but ASAP Jazzy's going to force it to a 1-for-2.
Yeah, 1-for-2, 2-for-2 across the map. We'll have to see what the advantage can be in the top lane to go against Sweaty Toast actually being the beneficiary of the majority of what's going on in the bottom lane.
Yeah, already 2-0.
It's also going to be Rutgers needs jerseys picking up an early dragon.
As usual. We've seen this in game number 1. We've seen them do this a good couple times. They try to prioritize that dragon.
And I mean, it worked for them very well in game number 1, so it's something that Pushin LP has to think a little bit more about in game number 2. They're definitely finding a lot of success here. I mean, they already
There's the storm. He just
I don't know about
wants
that
to kill
one.
Dubé again and again and again. Third kill going over to Blade Cube.
Yeah, and that's
just wait a minute. Oh, good flash prediction. It seemed like maybe it's gonna shut down Rem on the Ari. Good play by Sakura, and Lumi Bizrhino was there to help out, as is also Lil Jug and now Greedy Greg.
Yeah, and a lot of aggression from both sides early on in this one. Not a whole lot of clear direction to it. We'll have to see. Blade Cube is going to back now. I want to see what the item purchase is, because...
He's got to be close to Mythic. I would assume it's going to be something in the Everfrost, and I was right. We were
So
right.
it is that AP. I was correct the whole time. And that's the thing. Dudebay seems to be expecting it to be physical damage. Well, I believe this AP Volibear does largely magic damage, so that's going to be something that Dudebay might be able to hear me and swap up the build a little bit. It's always funny because we are being blasted in Jersey Mike's Arena right now.
It's starting to wind down a little bit here, I must say.
It sure is. It's been a fun event today.
It has been a great event so far, despite the technical.
A lot of excitement.
A lot of hype.
I wish I got to watch more of the Smash tournament.
Yeah, unfortunately there was some.
Yeah, it's definitely not still going. I had to look from turn around
the internet, I've been told. And a little bit unfortunate as Sweaty Toast trying to find something, but he's not going to find anything.
Yeah, I mean, we look down at this bottom lane, and definitely a huge advantage for Rutgers needs jerseys, but still not anything catastrophic right now for the side of Pushin LP. They definitely have a lot of advantage. Here it is.
The Cataclysm coming in, and that's going to be Yubel just getting absolutely blown up.
And that's really something to be able to get back in that lane. Yubel now is not actually
doing... I would assume that cheer was for the kill that just happened, as there's going to be a play coming down in the mid lane. Ooh, they're going to try to go for something. There's going to be a 2v2 now.
Blade Cube's got to get out of that.
He's coming in. There's the Flag and Drag coming in. Blade Cube trying to do his best to stay alive, but the charm still connects. One more auto might do it. No.
Blade Cube picks up the kill.
He gets another with the Ignite.
Wow, what a
monstrous
narrow. It was so narrow. Blade Cube's having an incredible game so far. What a narrow margin right there. I don't know about this play. They're going for it. Oh, it's working. Okay. Okay, well, Libby's going down. Sweaty Toast is kind of big, but...
Yeah, Sweaty Toast is a little, oh my gosh, what is that damage from Sakura? Chunks down Sweaty Toast to about...
I mean, Sweaty Toast, despite being pretty big right now, is still the support. It's still not going to be doing all that much here.
He is hunting. He is not going to get anything, and Lil Jug, on a sliver of HP, will be able to recall quite safely. No globals this time to threaten his life.
But yeah, Blade Cube's really large right now and has the Merc Treads as well to prevent any more of that CC.
Yeah, Dudebay not having the greatest game of his life at the moment. Is trying to stack up the...
Yeah, I don't know about the Heimerdinger pick, honestly. I see... I don't even see where it came from, to be completely honest. I don't think that there was much of an idea to it. This Volibear build is also really good at taking turrets. Is another interesting thing.
And oh my gosh, Dudebay going to be forced to flash, and Blade Cube going for the stun, going for the Gale Force, going for the dunk with the E.
Wow.
And, yeah, at this point, it's safe to say.
That was without summoners. That was just the ultimate.
And Rem went almost gets stunned up by the chains.
Yeah, that was nearly it. Sakura
Jazzy, though,
probably could have gotten the kill there if the chains landed.
Except Jazzy's looking for a lane gank, but he's not going to find anything. Good charm up to Sakura. But here we go. There's going to be a play down in the bot lane. I don't think Lil Jug wants to be here anymore, as 3 members of Rutgers New Jersey are going to wail on him. Sweaty Toast will be able to get the kill with the execute. Greedy Greg did use the curtain call. There is no long-range threat anymore, and they know that. But the Flag and Drag coming in from behind is going to disrupt the fight a little bit. Yubel going to be living with the sliver HP. The heal will come in. Now Lumi Bizrhino, he has nothing. No dash, no cataclysm, and he will just go down.
But Yubel does go down to return. That's big. That's definitely a big return. And yeah, now, I mean, there's a lot of strength for Rutgers and jerseys across the map. There are a lot of decently strong champions around here, but can any of them fight this bear? Fight this huge, scary bear?
5-0.
Let's see, we got a back here. Caught. You know he's there, but Dude Bay can't really do anything about it. 3 levels down. Ooh, Blade Cube. Can't find the back. It's no fun.
Yeah,
I want to see what the item's gonna be.
We'll see what the item is Blade Cube gets when he goes for the recall. It's gonna be interesting. Oh,
okay, that's interesting.
Interesting. So it looks like a Morello, but I could be wrong.
It could be. It could be a number of things. I don't know exactly what it is.
There are
but
a decent amount of options.
I don't know. I kind of would have preferred what's it called? Nasher's Tooth.
Oh?
You get the attack speed. You get a little bit more split pushing power. I really like that item on this AP Volley Bear build. And it's something you don't really. It's not that weird because you have the attack.
Chunked down, but J4 will be able to secure the dragon. Rem needs to run away, but the Stormbringer coming in, but Rem living with the sliver of HP will be able to get out to safety. As Dude Bay will be able to get some well-needed turret plates.
I was gonna say that's pretty big on a couple of levels because Rem survives, not a whole lot goes down, and Rutgers Dean's Jerseys is pushing the side lanes. So there's definitely a lot of gold advantage to be had by them, even though they lost.
But I don't know if this will translate to any more as
no, they're going.
Bull Jug trying to CC up ASAP Jazzy, but the Cataclysm will go down onto Sweaty Toast. Curtain Call going to do a bit of damage, but there's 2 members on Pushin LP that are very low. ASAP Jazzy, though, he's very low. Greedy Greg could go for the execute, but he will not. Sweaty Toast instead will go for the execute. Rem will do this. Not Rem. It's going to be Sakura that's going to do the same. He has one more dunk. Going to wait out the thunderstorm, but he misses, but it does not matter. He will still get a double kill.
Yeah, and
Sweaty Toast. He is in a lot of trouble. Flash away from Blade Cube, but the Flag and Drag and the tenacity from Blade Cube is enough to shut down the Pike.
Yeah, and that was a huge shutdown reward. I believe 700 gold on that one. Definitely the advantage of letting exactly one member on the other team get ahead. Now Rem has to come out of that.
He's trying.
Yeah, and I think he'll get away, but still kind of an awkward situation.
Sure.
It's a fast bear,
He's
actually.
a fast bear. The stun.
Dude Bay is here. No ultimate for Blade Cube. I don't know about this one.
That's a lot of damage, though. This Heimerdinger starting to do a little bit. He's going to flash in. Going to try to do the burst damage. He will take
Wow.
And surely he's going to get out alive. The traffic cone should be enough to keep himself alive. ASAP Jazzy? No, he will not survive. There is no end chance that he was going to live through that.
What a play there from Blade Cube. Didn't have the ultimate, just kind of knew the damage that needed to be done to Rem, and now, I mean, there's so much advantage that Pushin LP is getting across the map because of this large bear. See what the item buy is here. Ah, the Demonic Embrace.
Not demonic. Very interesting pickup. Dude,
I'm surprised, kind of going for a little bit of a bulky AP bear, not
AP
anything
bruiser,
too.
as one would say.
What?
Some sort of like AP bruiser, you would probably
Yeah,
say.
kind of that kind of thing. Nothing too out there, I guess. But yeah, in this game match.
Sakura, I don't have to be there. Sweaty Toast, though, he's going to get taken down very low. The Zanyas will be able to buy a little bit of time. But will it be enough as Sweaty Toast tries to go for the execute, but he will not do so. The stolen Ari ultimate is enough to get himself to safety. Good play by Sakura in the 1v2.
Yeah, and Pushin LP is really starting to take over this game. I don't think until the very late stages of game 1 was either team ahead, even by this much. Bit of gold taken back there from the turret bounty, but even still, the heavy advantage here for Pushin LP. All they really need to do is translate the advantages a little bit more cleanly across the map and close it out.
And we'll see as
Missed the ultimate.
it's just going to dunk on him, but ASAP Jazzy in a lot of trouble. Doesn't have any way to survive. The subjugate was almost enough, but it looks like it won't be, as Yubo will get jumped on. The Featherstorm already used the Flag Drive coming in. The Cataclysm also will connect, and that will secure the kill for Sakura.
Yep, and that's 2 more kills down in the bot lane for Pushin LP. The big thing here is they just kind of need to push the advantage a little bit more. They don't. It's Cloud Soul, so they're not really going to get a whole lot of advantage from that if they decide to push for Soul. So I think that they just kind of have to be ready for movement when it spawns. I think that's really the only way that they're going to get anything too much out of this.
All right, score is 18-9. The gold actually being a lot more skewed than the first game this time around. Already a 4,000 gold difference.
Yeah, I mean, this is way more one-sided towards Pushin LP in the early game than last game, where Pushin LP held a little bit of an advantage, but Rutgers needs jerseys really counted all over the map. It definitely does feel like it came all from that top lane. Last game, Blade Cube did better than Dude Bay, but Dude Bay was playing Ornn. It didn't really matter. And Dude Bay also survived. Gangplank didn't pick up a bunch of kills or anything. Blade Cube in this game absolutely taking over.
Once again, we will say it again. This is game number 2 of a best of 3.
Rutgers Need Jerseys leads 1-0 on the red side. On the blue side, Pushin LP looking to push it to 3 games.
And right now, Dragon going to be the main focus for Pushin LP, and it looks like they really except Jazzy doesn't want to do any of it. He wants to get something in return. Will be able to secure the top side. And Ram, though, he does get stunned up, and there's the ultimate out of the pipe, but the Zanyas is there to try to counter it, but he still will go down. Yubel in a lot of trouble. The Cataclysm will be used with the Flash, and Yubel doesn't have to Featherstorm use it earlier. He will go down as Rem. He needs to try to get himself out to safety. Good dodge on the Zenith Blade from the Leona, as the rest of Rutgers' jerseys, they're just wailing on the topside tower. And
they took 2 towers up there.
Yeah, they're able to get 2.
And that's definitely a significant bonus for them. Able to get much more back in this gold game.
What he chose. Once the 1v1, the enemy support, it is winnable. There is really no one on the map other than Blade Cube, but Blade Cube is just so much threat.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's the big thing for Rutgers Needs Jerseys. They need to figure out a way in the long term to avoid the threat of Blade Cube, and I don't know that there is one. Yubel, it's kind of disappointing that Yubel. I mean, I think that the lethality build is probably better for Xayah right now, but at the same time, if that was a crit Xayah, then this would be a lot more realistic of a comeback. As it is right now, the lethality Xayah is not really doing anything to Volibear, and that's not going to get a whole lot better as the game goes on.
Unless you get a Serpent's Fang. Serpent's Fang would help here.
That'd be, yeah.
A Shadow Flame would be enough to pick up. But Dude Bay, though, he's actually finished 2 items already. He's already got the Leandries, he's already got the Zanyas. I would hopefully assume that he would go for Shadow Flame next. Just for that, the extra magic pen on him. Someone shielded. And just like that, it's going to be one of those comeback mechanics on the side of Pushin LP. Or
not to alarm you, but Lumia's bought a Zanya's Hourglass.
Now the question is, what does Rutgers Needs Jerseys to do in order to
I feel like you didn't notice what I just said.
Oh, never mind then.
Lumia has an Hourglass.
Oh gosh, the Blade Cube, he wants to go for another Stormbringer. Good flash back into the tower.
Dude Bay?
Force, dude.
Making plays?
Yeah, ASAP Jazzy's here. This is so winnable, and just like that,
that's it.
Watch.
That's the kill.
There's the kill. Come on, Dude Bay. Here we go. Yes.
Huge.
We'll get the shutdown kill.
And definitely won't die to ignite in return. And
does have the Zanyas if he needs it.
Here comes the engage too.
Yeah,
we got one.
Yubel will find a kill onto Greedy Greg, and just like that, Rutgers Jerseys are actually making a comeback fight. They're gonna get 3.
And they are going to try to flip that into Baron. They have the advantage.
They are going to flip this to Baron. The death timers are too long. 15 seconds on Blade Cube.
That's a bit of a slow Baron. It's not going to be the fastest take in the world, but at the same time, if they can get it down anytime soon,
Dude Bay has the tower.
They got it.
Yeah, Dude Bay has the
There's no TG other than on Sakura. And Sakura's going in.
Dude Bay almost dies to the damage over time by the Baron. That's kind of funny, but
that's
either way. Here we go. Comeback almost secured.
I mean, they're ahead by 2.5. No,
yeah.
2.5k gold. I mean, this is basically completely flipped on its head. Dude Bay now moderately useful. Not super useful, but moderately so.
He's getting there. He's getting
Blade
there. He's
Cube
trying his hardest.
Blade Cube is defeatable. Lumi, after burning the Zanya's Hourglass, not really getting a lot out of that. I think the E does extra damage with AP. I think that's the one that scales with AP in terms of damage, but I don't know. I think it might have been a little bit of a throw from Pushin LP. Kind of a fun time with the rest of the game that I think they need to make sure they don't
Blade
lose
Cube,
this.
what happened to his HP bar?
Blade
Oh,
Cube's about to
God.
get owned. Oh, we had to
Oh my
look away
God.
from that. It was too graphic.
It's too graphic.
Footage of a scientist
Dude just
destroying
put
a
out his
bear.
donger and just absolutely beat Blade Cube to death. That sounded very horrible out of context, and I will not say that ever again.
Yeah, that was really bad. And now we're just taking a look at
I
this.
think
We
our
can't see
observer
it
fell
because it's
asleep.
explicit. Yeah, I get it.
We
kinda
understand.
tired.
Unfortunately, we're not the observers. That's someone else's job. We have no control over this. It's all up
They're
to...
hanging out in mid lane, you
Yeah,
know.
I'm
I'm sure
sure
nothing
what's happening.
important
Here we go. The blue
There's a
tower.
kill.
Turret
All
does
right,
go
there
down.
we go.
There's the Baron push. Here we go. There's
Yeah,
even
and
more
with
stuff.
still the Baron up on all 5 members, they are just going to keep pushing this. They are really leading in gold now, and here's another kill opportunity.
Yeah, there's a kill opportunity here. Sweaty Toad's going to set up a kill over to Rem, it seems like. And will they stop there? And looks like they will. For now.
For now, and yeah, Rutgers needs jerseys. They were trailing for so much of this game. They were getting absolutely run over.
God, look at the turrets. Oh my God, the hook.
Oh, that was
my
so
gosh,
close.
that was enough.
Dude Bay's kind of crazy now.
Dude is kind
Maybe
of
Dude
crazy
Bay knew
right now.
exactly
The
what
stun
was
actually connects. Sweaty Toad's going for the follow-up. Doesn't quite nail it. The tenacity from the Jarvan is going to be enough to get himself out to safety. This game just got very interesting.
Yeah, this has gotten a lot more interesting. Honestly, it seems like Rutgers needs jerseys is way ahead in this one.
Yeah, they're starting to get ahead. They're down in kills, but they're 4K gold ahead.
They picked up another dragon, which is big for them.
Yeah,
And now, I mean, they're getting pretty close to just being interior turrets left. The inhibitor turrets and the Nexus turrets. And Sweaty Toast is still very strong.
yeah, he's actually picked up the death stance this time around.
Yeah.
Instead of going for even more lethality, which would normally be seen on most Pike supports, but with that that stance, it's gonna be one tanky Pike.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of difficult to take down the Pike, and the Pike's still going to deal a decent amount of damage with that Dusk Blade, with more lethality incoming. Already just a very strong Pike.
And now we're heading into a little bit of a slower state in the game as the Baron does run out for Rutgers these jerseys. Now it's just a fact of setting up the vision soon or finding a pick for more.
Yeah, and I mean, we're about 2.5 minutes away from the next Baron, and I don't think that Rutgers needs jerseys really wants to make any huge plays without Baron. So they're probably just going to hunt around for kills like this.
Dude Bay, he wants to push the objective. Sakura with the Zanyas, the double Zanyas, stand still, but it's okay because Dude Bay is just on fire now.
Dude
Had a
Bay,
bit of a slow start, and now he's back.
0-4, now up to 3-4 with
Now
a
he's a shutdown
bounty.
on his hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
he's
is a
bounty.
crazy turnaround for Dude Bay after that early game. And then Blade Cube on the other side has been kind of invisible for a little bit. Started 6-0, and now it's down to 6. Still here.
The flash.
I think the Blade Cube still wins this, but Dude
yeah,
Bay is going to try.
I think he wins. He doesn't have enough HP in the HP department.
Dude Bay started out a little low on health, but there's the shot.
There's even fighting down in the bot lane. Lumi Rhino trying to buy a little bit of time with the Cataclysm Zanyas, but there was just none of the follow-up.
Yeah.
And now, oh,
I
gosh.
don't like the Zanya's buy, to
wait,
be
you-
honest.
Actually, just jumped hell hard by Yubel. And that's just all one going up at the top.
Blade Cube, I think, has it.
Yeah, Blade
Or-
Cube.
I don't
He's
think it's going to be
flush
able to.
away.
That's flash out.
Toes, he's here.
This is awkward for Blade Cube.
Yeah, he is
doesn't have
in such
any
an
summoners,
awesome
so just have
spot.
to try to kill someone.
Yeah, he doesn't have any damage. He doesn't have the damage to kill off anyone. And now he's at Jazzy chasing in for the kill. This fight is not done just yet, as will just get taken down. Sakura up next on the chopping block, it seems, but he does have the Pike ultimate to try to find a kill. No, it's actually not going to connect at all. Straight whiff from Sakura, and it looks like it might be the victory push, maybe.
I don't think this will be the game. There's still 2 up. Death timers aren't that long. It might be an inhibitor if they really stretch for it, but
It's likely. Dudebei is going to start pushing down that mid lane, try to set up the team for a play up towards the Baron. That's coming up very soon in about 30 seconds.
That's the thing. I think they really want to play towards the Baron. I think in that case, they really have to back off now, make sure that they aren't over pushing here. And yeah, I think both teams are going to have to wander towards that Baron right about now. But Dudebei is kind of setting up there. It's kind of scary to try to fight that guy.
Outside of jerseys, they are going to get their items before this.
Dudebei, I think, is just sharking it. Oh no, it's taking the blue buff.
Oh, Dudebei stealing away the blue buff.
Uh-oh.
Dudebei is going to find something.
Missed.
But the Rylai's, though, this Rylai's Crystal Scepter picked up by Dudebei is actually doing so much work. He's living for a very long time, but he doesn't have the Zhonya's. Actually, no, I lied. He does have the Zhonya's, but he still won't go down. Dudebei finally getting shut down like he did in this early game, but is it enough?
Yeah, now we've got a 4v5 here near the pit, but with a lot of summoners, well, not a lot of summoners, but Blade Cube is basically burned out, and the Leona ultimate is also gone. We'll see how much that matters. I think they might just wait for Dudebei to come back up or try to move around the map. The Cloud Dragon is also up in about 30 seconds. I don't think they want to leave the Baron completely unattended, but they do want to maybe flex someone over there. But I don't know how loose that Rutgers needs jerseys can play here.
It's all going to come down to this. Except Jazzy going to find a pick on, maybe a pick onto Blade Cube. Blade Cube, he's going to have the Zhonya's, but he doesn't have the ultimate actually. He's just going to go down. And now the Zhonya's from Lumiva's Rhino is going to try to buy a little bit of time, but the Guardian Angel going to try to get himself up and going, but it's not going to be enough. And all of, are you pushing L9? I cannot talk right now because this fight just ended so fast. And Rutgers needs jerseys. I think this is it.
I think this is it. I think that Rutgers needs jerseys is about to close this one out. I know because I am able to look to my left, but...
But here we go. The victory push for Rutgers needs jerseys. They're going to take down the Nexus turrets. And there is no one. No one is there to stop it. 10 seconds on Blade Cube. 13 on Greed Greg. There is nothing this team can do as Rutgers needs jerseys. They will get the 2-0 sweep. They will win. I almost said Fireside. That's the wrong one. They're going to win Scarlet Classic 7. The Nexus will finally go down. And there we go. 2-0 sweep for Rutgers needs jerseys. And they will take home the first place in Scarlet Classic 7.
Yeah, and what a big victory there in that second game. Both of them were very come from behind, honestly. The first game, they were a little bit behind early. The second game, a lot behind early. Had to figure out how to manage a bear. But they were able to eventually make it happen. And I think that resilience was what really showed in that series.
Yeah, and they bought enough time to get that scaling down. It was it was enough.
I mean, it clicked. It clicked. They had a huge disadvantage, and then they just kind of found the right moment to turn it all around. And I think that's definitely the sign of a league team that knows what they're doing, is that
once again, the fundamentals.
It's the fundamentals. Like, you know the exact moment in the game where you need to not be behind. And I think that's a big thing. They definitely turned it around at Baron, and they made it all work there.
Yeah, and once again, congratulations to the Rutgers East jerseys for winning.
And congratulations to Pushin LP for getting to the finals.
Yeah, definitely a huge shout out to them for keeping this game close as possible. Especially in game number 1, where the gold lead was dead even for like half an hour. And then finally, they unfortunately weren't able to close it out. And with that, I think that's going to be it for us for tonight. And that's going to be the end of the broadcast, I believe, for Scarlet Classic 7. And overall, I think we had a very, very enjoyable time here.
Yeah, I mean, you spent a lot more time on the stream than me.
Very big shout out to the broadcast team trying to fix everything as the broadcast was going. Big shout outs to everyone involved. And yeah. If it weren't for them, this whole event wouldn't have been possible. And with that, I think we're gonna call it a night. So, yeah, any final words?
Thank you for joining us live from the Samsung Broadcasting Studio.
All right.
Samsung is a proud sponsor of Rutgers Esports.
For the night. So, good night.